Coming up on the Q30 Newscast, the play Doubt was performed at the new Performing Arts Center.
And the Make-A-Wish Foundation found its way to Quinnipiac with the help of a few students.
And the career fair is back on campus. Find out how students took advantage of this event.
Also, fall weather is here. What's it going to look like this upcoming weekend? I've got my 7-day forecast coming up later on.
All this and more, next.
Hello and welcome to the Q30 Newscast. I'm Chris Dacey.
And I'm John Welsh. Parents and Family Weekend was held this past weekend with events taking place throughout the Mount Carmel campus. Quinnipiac parents and families returned for the first time in 6 weeks to see students. The Residence Hall Council held a Fall in the Halls for the special occasion in Complex Courtyard. This event included pumpkin painting, barbecue, photo booths, and other fall activities for free. RHC reported having over 600 attendees for the event. Other events during the Parents' Weekend including an artisan fair on the quad, a Rocktopia concert, and a hypnotist.
The Theater Arts Center also made a huge welcome this weekend as they debuted their first performance in the new building. Doubt is about an African-American boy who attends a Catholic school and faces problems with the head priest. Nicolette Fino, who played the role of Sister Aloysius, shared her thoughts on the debut.
I think they went really well. All shows were sold out. We had a really supportive audience all night, every night of the show. Lots of family, lots of friends, and it was good.
All shows were sold out. Quinnipiac's My Culture is Not a Costume event offered an opportunity for students to engage in an open conversation about cultural appreciation and appreciation. Elizabeth Krasinski has more.
An email just wasn't enough for the Department of Global and Cultural Engagement to get their point across about the Culture is Not a Costume initiative. I spoke with the Chief Diversity Officer, Diane Ariza, about the movement.
We have been, and it has been a campaign for the last 3 years where we get students leading around why is a culture is a culture a costume, and how to rally around trying to be sensitive to that.
The Culture Not a Costume campaign I think is really beneficial because I don't think a lot of people know that certain costumes are making fun of cultures, and I think seeing pictures of them around on posters that I've seen on campus is a good way just to remind you that to think about what you're being for Halloween and just be aware that it could be offensive to somebody.
For the past 3 years, Quinnipiac gave students some insight about why culture is not a costume and to be more sensitive about other people's cultures, especially around Halloween.
In my opinion, I think it's very good that people have known about this because it's definitely an issue that needs to be addressed. We're a university that accepts all students and welcomes all students, so we're going to have people coming on tours, families coming on from all different heritages, and costumes can cause a lot of offense.
The campaign this year was a collaboration with student government and residential life. It has turned into more of a peer-to-peer initiative, so now when people walk by the signs and see their peers, it will make more of an impact.
The students taking a stance, and athletes, Greek life, student government, multicultural council, it speaks to this sense of we want to be better than the rest.
Diane, as well as everyone who is part of this movement, wants their message to be when you purchase your Halloween costume, be thoughtful of others. You never know who you could be offending when you wear a costume. For Q30 News, I'm Eliza Krasinski.
Members of the Quinnipiac Christian Fellowship set up an Eat, Pray, Love booth at the Student Center earlier this morning. The members handed out free apples to passing students, as well as offering up prayers at the students' request. We spoke to Elizabeth Penzabene, who came up with this idea for the event.
We just wanted to offer a sense of peace, some comfort, remind people to just take a step back and realize there's bigger things in life and just feel some love.
The fellowship did this in hopes of giving a more spiritual break to members of Quinnipiac who needed it.
Food was also given out at the Quinnipiac Food Truck Day, but it wasn't free. 5 food trucks included Bold Creations and the Spuds Truck came to campus to raise money. for the Quinnipiac University United Way campaign of 2017. United Way of Greater New Haven serves and supports over 46,000 people in 12 Connecticut towns. Unfortunately, not every organization is getting the help they need. This year's EAC concert has been canceled. The Pi Kappa Phi fraternity was set to host its Electric Ability Carnival philanthropy event Thursday at Toad's Place in New Haven. But unfortunately, not enough tickets were sold. The event is an EDM-style concert every year to help raise funds for the Ability Experience, a nonprofit organization that helps people with disabilities.
Well, luckily for one girl, her wishes are about to become true. The Sisters of Chi Omega and the Wish Granters from the Make-A-Wish Foundation threw a wish party for a girl who will have the time of her life this coming Sunday. Carrie Golden has the full story.
For 15 years, the Chi Omega sorority has been partnered with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. For the Quinnipiac chapter, this year was extra special. Maria Maisonette is the cousin of one of the sisters and is being granted her wish to meet the band Fall Out Boy.
So Chi Omega got to host a wish party for one of our sister's cousins. Her name's Maria. Make-A-Wish is sending her to meet Fall Out Boy and go to a concert in Minnesota. So we were super excited that we got to celebrate that with her.
Maria has CMT, Charcot-Marie tooth disease, and a more rare form of it. This is a form of muscular dystrophy, and for Maria, it targets her neurons, causing her to have problems with her spine and several health issues. Maria's doctors recommended her for a wish last fall, and once she accepted, the wish granters reached out to Maria's mom. In light of this, the Sisters of Chi Omega wanted to make her wish extra special and threw her a surprise wish party. The party included Maria's family and even the people who decided to grant her the wish. The theme was Fall Out Boy, and all of the sisters decorated the Mount Carmel Auditorium and took pictures with her.
It was really, really exciting, and it sure does hammer home what we stand for as a chapter. Make-A-Wish is obviously near and dear to all of Chi Omega's heart, so to be able to see a wish kid and to watch the entire process of her about to go on her wish is really, really heartwarming. So it was really exciting for all of our chapter to just band together and experience that together.
Maria will travel to Minnesota on Sunday to attend their concert and have a personal meet and greet, as well as passes for the Mall of America. For Q30 News, Carrie Golden.
The Black Student Union held an art fest on Tuesday in the Piazza. The event focused on teaching and raising awareness about breast cancer in women of color. The BSU was joined by nonprofit organization Sisters Journey. The members gave their stories and experience working with breast cancer. Those who attended were entered into a raffle and were also able to create art that raised awareness and honored survivors.
One of our very own Quinnipiac cafeteria workers, Leanda De Silva, has been putting up the fight of her life with breast cancer. Christina Vitas spoke with Leanda about her battle.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the Quinnipiac community has even more of a reason to show their support and wear pink.
I beat cancer, supposedly, in 2016, and for it to be 2017, and for me to have stage 4 breast cancer, I don't understand.
Leanda De Silva has been working for Chartwell's at Quinnipiac for about 6 years now, and is currently in her second fight against breast cancer.
But this round I see is different. People want to support you, people want to help you, and I have to accept that. And ZBT came through, a lot of kids here, Chartwell, Quinnipiac, the students alone, all awesome.
With the news of De Silva's diagnosis, students and faculty alike have been coming together to show their support for her fight. A student even took it upon herself to start a GoFundMe page for De Silva, as well as the fraternity Zeta Beta Tau, that has been raising money throughout the month and selling pink wristbands.
Sometimes they don't even know it's me, and they'll have the bracelet on, and I say, high five, support, and they're like, what? And I'm like, the bracelet, that's me. They're like, oh my God, for real?
De Silva is completely altering her diet, lifestyle, and is keeping up to date on current cancer research. Her motivation for doing what she can to stay healthy comes from the love for her 3 children.
I'm just trying to put years on my life. I'm trying to be a grandmother. You know, I got a 4-year-old, an 8-year-old, and an 18-year-old. You know, they need their mom.
Although De Silva's diagnosis is not curable, it is treatable, and she plans to not let this diagnosis stop her from fighting and being herself.
And so now I said, you know what? Snap out of it. Fight, pray, and just do what you need to do, because crying and yelling and feeling bad is not going to get you nowhere.
For Q30 News, Christina Vitas.
John, I don't know about you, but the weather is finally starting to feel like fall outside.
Yeah, it's about time. I finally got to break out the long sleeves.
All right, Kyle is standing by. Kyle, what can we expect later on from your full weather forecast?
Well, Chris, it was a picture-perfect New England fall day here in Hamden. But will the sun stay up for the weekend? My 7-day forecast later on after this commercial break.
Hello, and tonight on Sandwich News, we will determine what makes a good sandwich and a bad sandwich. First, the standard sandwich. Uninspired, and frankly, a little gross. But we have here a Ray and Mike sandwich, the Cadillac of sandwiches. And if you want one, well,
come on down to Ray and Mike's at 3030 Whitney Ave, Hamden, Connecticut. Open every day from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Qcash is accepted.
now that's a sandwich.
Good morning and welcome to the Morning After. Coming up on #that, we talk about some fun events around Quinnipiac's campus.
And we talk about some weird news that's been discussed around Twitter.
All that and more, we are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. The career fair was held on Monday and on the Mount Carmel campus. Many students went in hopes of securing a job or an internship for the future. Kaylee Heffer spoke to students and recruiters about the job hunting process.
Monday, the Quinnipiac student body took to the rec center for the university-wide career fair. Students of all majors and interests met with a plethora of potential employers.
It's definitely an enriching experience, seeing how many people are showing up right now today, kind of gives me that, everybody's so motivated and coming out, trying to, start early on their careers.
I think there's a shortage of companies out here. I think that there's a million of them, so I'm excited to hit every single table.
Students were able to network with potential employers as well as investigate various internship and full-time employment opportunities.
So I'm here kind of just to look around, to network. I really want to practice my networking skills and also potentially find an internship for next summer.
And coming freshman year versus coming senior year is two very different experiences, and I am so grateful that our school even has this because I think that this is like an amazing opportunity.
Booths at the career fair varied from business to healthcare to nonprofits and many more, and students can attest to the benefits of the events.
I went to the career fair last year and that's where I got my summer internship for last summer, so I'm hoping to find something else again.
The annual university-wide career fair may be over, but many networking events are still to come, such as the Media Mashup, which is scheduled for March 23rd. But students are always encouraged to take advantage of the other career resources that the university provides on a daily basis. For Q30 News, Kaylee Heffler.
The Hamden City Council recently elected a new representative to its 5th district. Newly elected Justin Farmer is looking to make some improvements to the city of Hamden. Sarah Russell sat down with the councilman to learn more about his plans.
Growing up as the son of a Jamaican immigrant, Justin Farmer has faced some major struggles in life.
I was born in New Haven. We moved across the street, which used to be a 3-story house, and it sunk into the ground. And we moved over here probably like 10, 15 years ago.
A 23-year-old marine biology student, Farmer wears noise-canceling headphones to cope with his Tourette's. He doesn't let this keep him down, though, as he was recently elected councilman for the 5th District in Hamden. He has wanted to see change in the town since he was a child, witnessing crime in his neighborhood.
Being on the border of New Haven, where you have Reed Street, you have drug dealers, you have gang violence. So from a pretty early age, I'd probably say 7 or 8, I was aware that depending on my choices and depending on the situations, that this is not the type of environment it should be, and that's something that I want to change.
As councilman, Farmer has some big plans to help Southern Hamden.
I want to see a community center in the southern part of Hamden. Hamden's a diverse place, but part of that diversity is having people mix from different groups. And the way that we can do that is having us have a community center where we can learn and be able to grow together.
And Farmer is eager to see what the future holds for him.
I can just focus on fish and play with fish and get paid. Like, that's my aspirational goals, but until we reach that, I think I'm going to stick to fighting on social issues.
Although he plans on becoming a marine biologist, for now Justin Farmer will stick to making change in Hamden. Sarah Russell, Q30 News.
Moving from Hamden politics to the national level, another Trump administration nominee pulls his name from the running. Brenna Oracoli is in studio with your full political update. Brenna?
That's right, Chris. Republican candidate Tom Marino withdrew his name from the nomination to lead the fight against the opioid crisis. Marino backed a bill last year that made it harder for the DEA to stop drug companies from giving out painkillers. New reports claim that Marino made $100,000 from members of the drug industry to pass this law. Now that the bill has passed, Democrats are working hard to repeal it. Trump says he will soon declare the opioid crisis a national emergency. And speaking of Marino, he marks the 12th nominee to withdraw from consideration for jobs within the Trump administration. Trump currently has 174 confirmed nominees, when former presidents had over 300 confirmed nominees at this point in time. Trump has more than 4,000 positions to fill. However, he did just nominate Kirstjen Nielsen for the next Department of Homeland Security Secretary. Nielsen currently serves as the Chief of Staff. She awaits confirmation from the U.S. Senate. Senator McCain made headlines this week after accepting the Liberty Medal in Philadelphia. In his acceptance speech, McCain said that the United States is being led by people who, quote, would rather find scapegoats than solve problems, end quote. Trump commented back, saying that at some point he would fight back against McCain. The Trump-McCain feud is long-standing, as Trump denied that McCain was a war hero in an interview in 2015. In response to Trump's comments, McCain said, quote, I face far greater challenges than this, end quote. And finally, the Trump administration announced that the average American household will receive more than $4,000 a year after tax reform. The tax cuts 35% corporate tax down to 20%. Trump says that this element is non-negotiable. Polls say that voters disagree with the idea because the cut would reward firms for avoiding taxes by finding loopholes. And that's all I have for your political news update. I'm Brenna Oracoli. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Hello, and tonight on Sandwich News, we will determine what makes a good sandwich and a bad sandwich. First, the standard sandwich. Uninspired, and frankly, a little gross. But we have here a Ray and Mike sandwich, the Cadillac of sandwiches. And if you want one, well,
come on down to Ray and Mike's at 3030 Whitney Ave, Hamden, Connecticut. Open every day from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Qcash is accepted.
now that's a sandwich.
Coming up on #that, we talk about some fun events around Quinnipiac's campus.
And we talk about some weird news that's been discussed around Twitter.
all that and more, we are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news.
Good morning and welcome to the Morning After.
Welcome back. We've been experiencing some colder weather these past few nights.
That's right, John. We now have Kyle Lavasser here for our full weather report. Kyle?
Thanks, guys. It was a beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky at the women's soccer game earlier today on campus, and the great weather should follow overnight as we look at today's temperatures. Tonight, it is currently 55 degrees on campus, and the sun should stay out tomorrow as it is 66 degrees tomorrow and 59 degrees with clear skies tomorrow night. Now moving on to temperatures around the state of Connecticut. 57 degrees currently in New Haven, 59 in New London. Our friends up at Yukon Stores, it's a chilly 52 degrees, but clear skies throughout the state. 55 degrees in my hometown of New Canaan. Beautiful day so far. Even though fall is definitely here, it is still pretty nice weather. We got a couple more weeks until the cold gets here. Here's my 7-day forecast. You see there 4 straight days of beautiful weather, a high of 72 today, a high of 69 degrees tomorrow, clear skies, sunny throughout the weekend. So if you want to hike Sleeping Giant one more time before the cold weather gets here, this weekend is prime opportunity. Sunday and Monday it gets a little cloudy, still good temperatures, a high of 71 for both days. Tuesday, it's going to be pretty windy, winds of 15 miles per hour with some showers. So Tuesday not looking great, but the rest of my 7-day forecast is looking absolutely beautiful. Well, guys, that's it for me. Back to you guys down in the studio.
Thank you, Kyle. Well, a popular singer gets an injury, and the royal family is expecting another baby. Brooke Riley joins us to give us the full stories on all the latest news from the world of glitz and glamour. Brooke?
Thanks, John. There's always a lot of excitement coming out of the land of Hollywood, so let's jump right into it. Many Ed Sheeran fans were disappointed yesterday after the 26-year-old singer posted a photo of a cast on his wrist on Instagram. It is confirmed that he fractured his right wrist and left elbow after getting into a bike accident over the weekend. Because of the injuries, Sheeran canceled his upcoming shows in Tokyo and surrounding areas. He is waiting to see how the healing progresses to decide if he needs to cancel any more shows. On a more positive note, royal baby number 3 is on the way. Kate Middleton and Prince William announced yesterday that their 3rd child is due in April of 2018. There's a chance that the new baby could share a birthday with some other important royals, such as his or her great-grandmother's 92nd birthday on April 21st, St. George's Day on April 23rd, or the royal baby could even be born on his or her parents' 7th wedding anniversary. I guess we'll all find out in April. Sorry, ladies, but Jonas Brother number 2 is officially off the market. Joe Jonas proposed to his girlfriend, Sophie Turner, on Sunday. Their engagement comes just 11 months after the couple was first spotted snuggling at a Kings of Leon concert in the Netherlands. Turner was totally surprised by the proposal, but the couple is described as being, quote, madly in love. Although they are engaged, Jonas and Turner are not planning to rush down the aisle anytime soon. And last but certainly not least, Cher announced on Twitter over the weekend that she will be appearing in Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. This is the sequel to the 2008 hit film Mamma Mia. She did not give much information about her character, but she did tell her fans that, quote, her look is amazing and not like anything I've ever done before, and she's a pistol, end quote. She also posted a picture of her high platform boots. This movie marks a reunion for Cher and Meryl Streep, who will be reprising her role as Donna Sheridan in the 2008 film. The sequel is set to be released in 2018. That's all I have for entertainment news this week. I'm Brooke Riley. Now back to John and Chris at the desk.
Thank you, Brooke. We're going to take one more break, but John, when we come back, we have Dylan Fearon here with your Quinnipiac Sports Update.
Stay with us.
Bobcat Breakdown presented by the Quinnipiac Bobcat Sports Network.
We are your source for debate.
Did they make the playoffs last year, Tom Jenkins?
When it clicks, it clicks.
We dissect Quinnipiac athletics on a scale you've never seen before.
With Tobia, it almost looks like she's reaching a little bit.
Plus, we bring in the biggest names surrounding college sports.
We are live here at the Times Union Center with Jay Billis.
And of course, some comedy.
But you can only have so much arena food.
I think you're crazy. Bobcat Breakdown.
Tuesdays at 9:30.
Coming up on #that, we talk about some fun events around Quinnipiac's campus.
And we talk about some weird news that's been discussed around Twitter.
All that and more, we are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news.
Hello, and tonight on Sandwich News, we will determine what makes a good sandwich and a bad sandwich. First, the standard sandwich. Uninspired, and frankly, a little gross. But we have here a Ray and Mike sandwich, the Cadillac of sandwiches. And if you want one, well,
come on down to Ray and Mike's at 3030 Whitney Ave, Hamden, Connecticut. Open every day from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Qcash is accepted.
now that's a sandwich.
Whether you're on the quad, in your room,
or heading to class,
tune in to Q30 News.
For stories by student journalists you can trust.
We are covering the latest here on campus and in surrounding areas. Get the news you need to know every Wednesday night.
Welcome back. Dylan Fearon is standing by with an update on all things Quinnipiac sports. What do you have for us, Dylan?
Guys, this is one of the best times of the year. Hockey season has started up, and the fall sports are on the back nine of their regular seasons. One of those teams is men's soccer. The Bobcats have had their struggles so far, just 2-3 in MAC play heading into Saturday's match at Manhattan. But 3 points would do wonders for Quinnipiac's confidence, and that's exactly what happened. Eamon Whalen puts one in the back of the net late in the first half. First goal on the year for him. Quinnipiac scores, earns a clean sheet, and gets 3 points in what Eric DaCosta and company call a must-win.
We had to pick up 3 points, whether it was pretty ugly, 4-2, 5-2, whatever it was, and just win the game.
Great ball in for Matt. I mean, I couldn't have scored without that, but good. I'm happy for it. I'm happy for myself, happy for the team. This year it's been a little tough. Not all the balls have gone in, but got to start with one, so there it was.
Quinnipiac.
It's massive for him to get that goal tonight. Hopefully it's going to boost his confidence and he'll take it into his stride going into the next couple of games because we're going to need him.
Quinnipiac is in good position for the rest of the regular season. Last 4 games are all against teams below them in the MAC standings. All right, to the ice. The men's ice hockey team looking for its first win of the season. In overtime with Vermont, and Odine Tufto sends Bobcat fans home happy. Freshman from Minnesota with the nice finish. Here it is. First victory, the freshman with the nice finish, and watch this tremendous celly to boot. Quinnipiac wins 3-2. Let's take a look at some other scores from this week. Women's soccer with an easy victory over Niagara. Volleyball and field hockey pick up L's on the road. Women's ice hockey takes down Vermont twice. That score you see there is the Sunday matinee. And rugby beats Army, no, that's not a typo, 62-5. And finally tonight, a former Quinnipiac journalism student passed away last Thursday due to a devastating car accident. Mike Radomski was a proud graduate from Quinnipiac back in 2010. He was a play-by-play announcer at the University of Evansville before working as an assistant director of communications at the University of South Florida. He worked closely with USF's baseball and volleyball teams and has been called one of the kindest and most sincere people to work with. Mike Radomski passes away at age 29. Rest in peace. Chris, John, one of the great things that I read about Mike is how kind and happy and energetic he was. And in a business that can sometimes make you cynical and snappish, he was anything but. So something we can all learn about him there.
Very well said. Thanks, Dylan. Well, that is all the news from Quinnipiac and the Hamden area. Make sure you follow us on social media at Q30 News and check out all our content on our website at www.q30tv.com.
We will see you all back here next week, same time, same place. Good night, Quinnipiac.